Now this is a Coil core kit that we've designed to add extra strength to our current seat springs in case you need the extra strength. What this is a coil spring that's been mounted on a 3/4 inch piece of plywood, and then it has the steel brackets on each side. Now it'll have a notch in it where it'll fit around your spring clip, and it also has 2 pre-drilled holes to where we'll be putting in the wood screw to fasten it to the frame. Now on your typical sofa you'll need 6 of these, and then on the love seat of course you'll have 4, and then on a chair there'll be 2. Now these are attached with a 3/4 inch or 1 inch wood screw. To put these on, you'll need either a battery powered drill or an electric drill, and then you'll need a staple puller in order to take the dust cover off, and then the kit will come with zip ties. It normally takes about 2 zip ties to fasten these to your springs that are already in the sofa. Then after we take the dust cover off, after we put the brackets in, then you'll need a staple gun, either air or electrical staple gun, in order to reattach the dust cover. Now on your sofa, you'll need maybe to put it up on a table. It just makes it a little easier to work with. But first you want to take the legs off, unscrew the legs, and then you want to take all your staples out from your dust cover. Now you don't have to take the dust cover completely off. You can take it off across the front, down the sides, and then you can leave it attached across the back. Now we'll show you just a small section of taking the dust cover off. You just want to be careful not to tear the dust cover. That way you can reuse the dust cover. Now after you have your dust cover off, now again you don't have to take it off across the back. It'll lay down, and you should be able to get into where the springs are. Now typically on the sofa you want your springs, you'll have 2 springs under each cushion. Now if you have a sofa that has 2 large cushions, of course then you'll have 3 springs under each cushion. The way you want to put these in, now you'll have to compress the coil spring in order to get it in, but you mash it down in the center, slide it over. Now the offset that is in the bracket, in the center of the bracket, you'll have a spring clip. You want to center this offset with your spring like we have here. Now the way we're going to put these in, you'll have 1 spring on the end. You'll come over to the 2nd spring, put in your 1st brace, then come over to your 4th spring, put in your 2nd brace. Now on this particular sofa, with the amount of springs that it has in, now you'll have to skip the next 2 in order to have clearance from the center brace. Then you'll come and hit this spring, then you'll skip 1, and then go with the next spring. But when we get finished, we'll have a total of 6 springs in it. Now also, as you're going, you're probably best to put the wood screws in on each support instead of putting all the supports in and then putting the screws in. Seems like it's a little easier to put the drill in, but you'll take your either 3/4 or 1 inch wood screw and your power drill, and as we said earlier, it has 2 pre-drilled holes. You just put these in. Again, you want to center these up. After you put the screws in, all the braces, then we'll show you how to put the zip ties in. Now you want to make sure that you center the brace up with the spring, and again you'll put 2 wood screws, 2 in the front and also 2 in the back. Now you'll have to put these in with a power drill since you're screwing into oak. Now again, on your brace, you want to skip the next spring and then actually put it in the 4th spring. And as you'll see, you have to compress the coil and then go in at a slight angle. And again, center it up with the clip. And then fasten it with the wood screws front and back. Now, next on the 3rd brace, again, you want to skip 2 springs and then put in your 3rd brace. The main reason for that, you want to make sure and stay away from the center brace that's in the frame. You don't want the spring to come in contact with the brace. Now after you get all your seat braces in, then next you want to fasten the coil spring to your current spring that's in the seat. These are fastened with a zip tie. Now on your zip tie, if you can see on the head of the zip tie, the larger part needs to point toward the outside when you feed the zip tie into the slot. Now when you put these on, you'll put a zip tie, one in the front, one in the back, and it'll loop around the current seat spring. Now after you get these in, of course you want to pull these up where they're tight, and then the excess plastic that's on the end, then you want to trim this off. This keeps the coil spring from shifting around. And trimming the excess plastic off of the zip ties eliminates any noise where the plastic could come in contact with the frame. Now you want to do this on all the coils. You'll have 2 zip ties per coil. As you can see here, this keeps the spring from shifting around. Now this completes installing the braces and the zip ties and the wood screws. Now next you want to put your dust cover back on. Now after you have your last zip tie in, you want to go back and check, double check to make sure that you have the zip ties on all of your coils, that you have all the wood screws in, and that the zip tie or the spring doesn't come in contact with the frame in order to make any kind of noise. Now after you've checked all that, then you want to take your dust cover and reattach your dust cover. Now whenever you put this on, you want to try to keep it even without any wrinkles. Now you can either put this on with an air gun or an electric staple gun. Now on this particular style that we're working on to put in the coil, the legs, they're just a standard screw-in leg, but on some of the styles that we will run, this being a rear leg, now you'll have a pre-drilled hole for a set screw or wood screw. This just helps hold the leg in place. Now these pre-drilled holes comes in various places depending on the style. This would be a rear leg, and this is the leg for a Queen Anne chair, which will have 2 wood screws. Now, whenever you get ready to take these off, you'll have to back the screw out, and then you can unscrew the leg. Some of the styles will have plastic screw-in legs. This is another style that has a pre-drilled hole, as you can see here, and then this would be a bun leg, which just naturally just screws in. But just wanted to show you the different types of legs that we run. Some does have set screws and some doesn't. Again, after you get your dust cover on, then you want to put in, reattach your legs. And when you put these in, you want to be careful not to strip out the T-nut. And then after you get the leg started, then you want to make sure that you have it put on tight.